My son has started acting autistic. My son, 16, male, recently started following an account on Instagram and TikTok by a mom who posts videos of her autistic teen son. The kid is low functioning. I don't know the politically correct way to say this. And he can't talk, can't understand complicated concepts, etc. At first my son started constantly referencing this account at inappropriate times like family dinner, making jokes about it, randomly showing me edits he made of the account, but that was harmless enough. However, lately my son has been imitating this kid and it's ruining my home life. When I ask him to do basic chores, he stims instead and refuses to do them. When I ask what he wants for dinner, he lists off ingredients in this weird way that doesn't make any sense. Example: chicken taco, onion. He won't even answer me in complete sentences anymore when we talk. He's even doing random things around the house like dumping out entire cartons of milk into the sink and refusing to explain himself. At first I laughed it off, but this is actually making it impossible for my son to talk normally. He even randomly makes these noises when he's talking to his friends and I've gotten calls home from school. I'm not saying it's bad to be autistic, but my son isn't and never has been, and this has started to interfere with his entire life. Update: after everyone's recommendations in the comments of my original post, I decided to go ahead and restrict my son's access to social media. After thinking about it for a while, I decided to give him 15 minutes of supervised use of his phone every day in case he had to text his friends. However, whenever this happened, my son would spend just a couple of minutes checking and quickly answering his text, and then he spent the rest of the 15 minutes just watching the new videos from Slash about this account he was obsessed with. He would imitate the kid while watching the videos and show me all the posts about him that he found funny. The first few times when I took away his phone after 15 minutes he would get upset about it, dropping the autism act and try to get more time, but that quickly stopped when I threatened to limit the time even more. After over a week he seemed to still be just as obsessed with this account and imitating the kid's mannerisms, so I thought I might have to take even more measures to make him stop. However, soon afterward I received a call from my son's school principal. It turns out one of the kids in his class had an autistic sibling and found his behavior offensive and annoying, so they reported him to the principal, who had brought him in to talk and gave him detention and was threatening worse if this continued. This finally brought my son to stop doing this in school. And after I spoke to him about his principal calling me at home too, I made him unfollow the account on social media and then I gave him normal access to his phone again. He has never explained to me what was motivating him to act the way he did, but I think it was a combination of encouragement from his friends who found his accurate impressions of this kid funny and would call it going name of the autistic kid mode and using it as a weird way to get out of doing work around the house. A month or so later, once this had all blown over, my son was looking at Instagram and saw my original post reposted over a clip of someone playing a video game. He asked me about it and I told him it was me. He was a bit angry, but I think he realized he couldn't get too mad at me for it after what he had been doing.